People who are called to a bigger mission frequently find themselves in the most difficult struggles with lust. This is not an uncommon occurrence. So what exactly is the reason for this? The reasons for it are surprising and shocking, and it is more prevalent than you might imagine. You might be surprised to learn that it is more widespread than you believe, despite the fact that it is a topic most people avoid discussing. If you're experiencing this silent battle and feeling overwhelmed by it, you're not alone. The Bible offers clear insight into why this happens, and it's time we uncover the truth behind this hidden war. If you're ready to dive deeper into this spiritual battle and find strength for the journey, you're in the right place. Welcome to Starseer. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our powerful, truth-filled content. At various points in time throughout the history of the Bible, some of the most anointed individuals were placed in circumstances in which they were confronted with significant temptations. Take, for instance, the case of King David, a man after God's own heart, who, in his pursuit of Bathsheba, gave in to the temptation of wanting to have sexual relations with her. In contrast, Samson was a character type, despite the fact that his strength and calling were overshadowed by his weakness for Delilah. Despite this, Samson was a remarkable individual. Those who have been chosen by God continue to face this challenge even in this day and age. This is something that has never changed. On the other hand, why is this the case? Why does it appear that those who are destined for greatness are the ones who are the targets of lust? What is the rationale behind this? Furthermore, this is not merely a matter of human fallibility. Rather, it is a spiritual battle, and the adversary is well aware of who has to be targeted in order to successfully accomplish their objectives. A spiritual struggle is currently taking place all across the world, as the Bible makes it quite clear that this conflict is taking place. The following is an explanation of the text that can be found in Ephesians 6:12. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. An assault on the spiritual realm that is commonly referred to as lust is directed against individuals who have a divine calling. A spiritual assault is being launched against lust as its aim. There is more to lust than merely a desire to touch or feel something. In the event that the adversary is successful in tainting the purity of a specific human, he will be able to obstruct the plan that God has for the life of that particular individual. One thing that the adversary is aware of is this particular fact. Assuming that this is the case, what is the reason that this dispute is so intense? Spiritually gifted individuals not only tend to have a heightened awareness of the strategies that are employed by the adversary, the enemy, but they also tend to have a heightened sense of the presence of God. This is because spiritually gifted individuals tend to have a heightened sense of seeing God. When it comes to those who have divine callings, the adversary employs the spirit of lust as a potent instrument designed to deceive and undermine those individuals. The opponent is well aware that if he is successful in ensnaring those who are selected in lust, he will be able to hinder or perhaps entirely halt the spiritual development of those individuals. Because of this, those who are chosen are typically put in situations where they are presented with more powerful temptations. Those who have been chosen are the only ones who are able to comprehend the route that they are on, and only a select few individuals are able to do so. When one is by themselves, it can be a blessing, yet it also creates a hazardous vulnerability that can be exploited by other people. This vulnerability can be exploited by other people. When there is a lack of big responsibilities or substantial spiritual relationships, lust evolves into a conflict that is fought in solitude. This is especially true in cases where one of these factors is lacking. Because of the fact that this war is shrouded in secrecy, it is more challenging to emerge victorious. As a consequence of this, many of the individuals who have been selected to endure suffering in silence are unable to express their feelings about their experiences. There is a precise relationship between the degree of one's calling and the level of difficulty of the fight that they are going through. Lust is not merely a natural human struggle. Rather, it is a spiritual assault that is aimed to keep those who are chosen preoccupied, tired, and distant from God. Lust is a spiritual assault. An attack on the spirit is what lust is. Due to the fact that they failed to comprehend the magnitude of the conflict that was directed against them, a significant number of powerful leaders, prophets, and spiritual warriors have been defeated. As a result of the fact that even the most powerful warriors are susceptible to being destroyed by their own flesh, the adversary employs lust as a persistent trap in order to guarantee that they will be successfully conquered. The selected ones are carrying with them tremendous emotional wounds, including those that were created by rejection, abandonment, and past heartbreaks. A considerable number of the chosen ones are affected by these experiences. Wounds that have not yet healed have the potential to become the portals through which sexual desire can be accessed. An individual who is emotionally susceptible is the target of the adversary's efforts to fill the emptiness that has been left behind by giving them with a false sense of solace and a counterfeit connection through the means of lust. This is done in an effort to replace the void that has been left behind. When there is a lack of inner healing, it can lead to the use of lust as a means of coping, which in turn creates a cycle of sin and shame that is difficult to stop for the individual. There are a substantial number of people who have been selected who are still human, despite the fact that they are blessed with spiritual skills that are extremely powerful. If one does not engage in constant spiritual discipline, which consists of prayer, fasting, and mental rejuvenation, the physical body will continue to be fragile, and the battle against lust will grow more challenging. The absence of spiritual discipline results in the occurrence of this situation. Because the anointing is stronger, it is very necessary to exercise self-control to a larger level than is typically the case. If they do not make an effort to actively cultivate their spirit, individuals who have been picked run the risk of sliding into patterns of lusty thoughts and acts. This risk is mitigated by the fact that they have been selected. A sizable portion of the individuals who have been chosen are confronted with the difficulty of lust manifesting itself in their private lives. On the other side, there is a chance that the endeavor will be successful. They will be able to overcome this challenge and proceed with their divine destiny if they cultivate spiritual discipline, accept responsibility for their actions, and seek healing. This will allow them to move forward with their divine destiny. The opponent's objective is to limit individuals, but the power of God is always greater than any strength that they could possibly possess. This is one of the purposes of the opponent. In order to determine if they are going to fight or whether they are going to give up, we need to find out this information. Now it's your turn. Will you fight or fall? If this message spoke to you, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. What stood out the most? Have you experienced this silent battle yourself? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Starseer so you won't miss the truth that sets you free. See you in the next video.